Alright, so welcome back, guys, or welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing my Image Comics January 2019 solicitations for my favorite Image Comics. Now, if that's something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon. That way you don't miss any more comic content from me in the future. Now, let's begin. So, as always, we start off with my honorable mentions of the month. Now, this month, my honorable mentions are Cemetery Beach, Cyber Force, Days of Hate, Death or Glory, Gasolina, Hit Girl, Ice Cream Man, Kick-Ass, The Last Siege, and Sleepless. Now, as always, I say these are just books I'm just not feeling. I'm waiting to see what goes on with them. Cyber Force was originally on my list here, but it's kind of gotten a little dry for me. I'm figured up adding Gasolina onto it because I think that's getting a little bit good now, but overall I just gotta put them here because they're just not as good as some of the other ones, or just not as excited as I am for these as some of the other books that are on this list. So let's get into those books right now. First up, we got Blackbird issue number 4. Now, Blackbird came out in October. Recently read the first issue, loved it, so I put it on this list this month because I'm excited to see what they do with it. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: between pulling back the well on the magic underground and learning shocking secrets from the past, Nina can't even right now, as she's terrible at flirting. That's getting in the way of making out with Clint. Now, right away, the synopsis doesn't thrill me. I'm hoping they don't go down this love stuff. It's annoying me right off the bat, but I love the first issue at least. It was really amazing. The colors are beautiful. I love the covers, at least. They're absolutely amazing. The artist who does them, an incredible job. I got to give him that. That's the one thing that pulled me to this book is the colors. Love it. I think the covers look great with the purple and everything because it just pulls you right in when you're in the store and you see it right away. So I absolutely got to give it props for that. Next up, we got Burnouts issue number 5. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: it's Burnout versus Burnout in all-out civil war as the aliens finally reveal the reason for their secret invasion. Now, Burnouts came out in September. I've read the first issue, haven't gotten to the second one. I was very iffy about it when I first heard about it, this concept about how you gotta get high to see the aliens and it's a secret invasion. Kind of was iffy. I thought it sounded dumb, but it really pulled me in the first issue, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. Definitely one I think you should check out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Definitely a little iffy on how far I'll take it because it does still sound a little silly, but I'm definitely interested to follow it at least throughout at least the first to maybe second volume. Overall, very much enjoy it. The cover, very cool with the characters on it. Not much else to go off there. Next up, we got Criminal issue number 1. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: Teg Wallace is back in town, but he finds himself in more trouble than ever thanks to his delinquent teenage son and his fists and bullets may not be enough to resolve his problems. Now, this book comes from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, who did Kill or Be Killed. From what I'm hearing, this used to be a book that had its run, but now they're bringing it back. Either way, I'm still excited for it, and I'm definitely going to pick it up. I love Kill or Be Killed. Can't wait to see what they do with it. I like the cover. Very cool. My one con is it looks a little bit too much like the Kill or Be Killed covers, just in blue instead of red. That's my one con. Even how they put issue number 1 looks too much like Kill or Be Killed. I don't know. I like it, but I'm excited about it, and I like the cover. It's just, they need to do something different. Otherwise, I feel like it's going to be like a rip-off Kill or Be Killed kind of story, even though I haven't read it yet. Next up, we got Dead Rabbit issue number 5. Now, this is another book that came out in October. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: Dead Rabbit's secret identity starts to be a little less secret as the mafia situation comes to a head, but he finds a brutal new enemy in Boston's finest. So I really love this book. I picked it up just because I like to pick up new Image number 1s when they come out, and I really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see what they do with it. I highly recommend it if you're into these kind of like Kill or Be Killed stories. I liked it. It's definitely very cool. This cover, I'm iffy on. It's not one of my favorite ones that I've seen from this series so far, but definitely I'm gonna get it to add to my collection. But it's just nothing I'm like crazy about. Definitely excited for this book and can't wait to see what they do with it moving forward. But other than that, not much else to predict. Next, we got Evolution issue number 13. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: Humanity's rapidly evolving and no one knows why. Sister Hannah, Abe, and Rochelle have been piecing it together slowly but surely. Is it a mad conspiracy engineered by deviance or nature's ultimate revenge on mankind? Now, I really am enjoying it. I'm excited to see what they do with it moving into the third arc. The covers, personally, don't do much for me. I like them. They're not nothing I'm crazy about, but they're just okay. I'm excited to see what they do with it moving into the third arc, like I said, but not much else to predict. I haven't read the recent issue yet, but still I am very excited. Next up, we got The Freeze, issue number 2. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: Ray and his co-workers have begun to build their new society, but each newly unfrozen person has their own opinions about what happened and how things should be done. Now, the first cover blew me away. The second one is kind of to me, not as good as or exciting as the first one, but still, I am very hyped for this book. I can't wait to see what they do with it. Highly recommend it. Even though I don't know if it's going to be good, bad, or in between, I still highly recommend it. I think it sounds incredible. Top Cow is hit or miss sometimes with Image books, but I still highly recommend it. Next, we got Gideon Falls, issue number 10. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: Original Sins Part 4. The past finally catches up to the present when Doc gives Father Fred a rather gruesome history of Gideon Falls, and if finding a needle in a haystack is impossible, what chance does Norton have of finding one in a giant garbage dump? Now, I like this cover. It's cool looking. I like the face with the cards again. The one con I do have is I'm kind of getting a little tired of the faces and everything. Unless there's the reveal that it's like has something to do with the story, maybe I'll be okay with it. But I'm kind of like, we've seen the faces enough. Let's do something a little bit different. We could have the faces a little bit, but I think doing it for 10 straight issues just about, it's like kind of done to death at this point. It's like, do something new and original when we start up with issue 11, if that's the beginning of a new arc or whatever. I think it's probably going to be issue 13. But can we do something a little bit different? Don't get me wrong, I love the cover. I just think they need to come up with a new gimmick. It's just kind of getting old and a little bit done to death, in my opinion. But other than that, very excited to see what to do with this book. Really enjoying it so far. Next up, we got Hardcore issue number 2. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: The Hardcore program has been compromised, leaving its top operative stranded in another country, his mind trapped in the body of one of America's most wanted. Now, he has 72 hours to escape hostile territory with no allies, only a Lamborghini and a license to kill, kill, kill. Now, I'm going to be honest, the covers don't do much for me with this story. Both of the covers kind of been things I don't really care for, but the story sounds very interesting. The synopsis for issue 2 is pretty much the same as issue number 1. Even with that said, I'm still excited to see what they do with the book. I think it's definitely something I'm excited for and very interested to see what they do with it. Next, we got Isola issue number 6. Now, the synopsis for this book reads: Olean has returned from the land of the dead, but did she return alone? The journey to Isola continues. Now, I really enjoyed this book. The art is beautiful. If you haven't picked it up, I definitely recommend checking it out. The story is okay. I'm enjoying it so far, and I am interested to see where they take it going into the second arc. I will say that it's a little bit confusing, at least for me, time to time, with some of the way they're telling the story, but very much enjoy it. Love the cover, and I just can't wait to see what they do with it moving forward. Next, we got Man Ears issue number 5. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads: Ragtime Gospel. 12-year-old girls fight the patriarchy because someone has to. Now, if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. People are comparing this to, like, Handmaid's Tale meets, like, Hunger Games, I guess. I don't know totally how they see that, but that's what people are comparing it to. I enjoyed the first issue. Highly recommend it. Something I wasn't expecting to be so that exciting, but very much enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. It's like these girls now, like, something's going on where when they get their period, they kind of turn into killer cats. I like the concept. It's pretty cool, and I can't wait to see what they do with the story move. Next, we got Oblivion Song, issue number 11. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Nathan's journey to atone for past sins has just led to more pain and heartbreak for those around him. He's due for a win, but will it come? Now, first off, I love the cover. I love the vegetation of the Oblivion on the cover. It's beautiful. I really enjoy it. Now, I understand why people enjoy this book so much. I can see why they are liking it. For me, it's just not grabbing me like some of Robert Kirkman's other stuff has. Or just, I don't know. It's not as good as I feel like it should be. Maybe it's just me wanting more, but it just hasn't been as great as I was expecting it to be. But with that said, I highly recommend it. It's a Robert Kirkman book, so it's definitely really good, but just not grabbing me the way that it has been for other people. Next, we got Outpost Zero, issue number 6. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Mitchell is itching for a fight with his dad, his sister, his friends, anybody. Luckily, fighting is the Outpost's most popular form of entertainment. And what does it matter? Most fighters don't live to see their next birthday. Now, this cover is probably the least I like so far, mostly due to the fact that I feel like it's going to take like a detour from where the story's been so far. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this. I've been liking what they've been doing about Post Zero. It was a good surprise book for me, but this still seems like they're going to take it away from what's been making it really good. But overall, very excited to see what they do with it going into a new arc. But just can't help but wonder if they're going to be taking it away from what I fell in love with the book in the first place. Next, we got Rose, issue number 6. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, as the final battle dawns, Dante and Felix must overcome their animosity towards each other if they hope to prevent Rose from succumbing to darkness. Now, I'm very excited to see what goes on moving into the third arc. I haven't read the recent book, but very excited to see what they do with it. A little worried they're going to end it too soon. I've been loving this book, and I feel like with the final battle dawning, I feel like they might end it right before it could even expand on the universe. So I feel like that's a little thing I'm nervous about. But overall, can't wait to see what to do with the book. Loving it so far. Highly recommend it if you're into things like The Realm. Next, we got Skyward, issue number 10. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Here There Be Dragonflies, conclusion. In this climactic issue, Willa is forced to ally with her mortal enemy and stage a breakout. But when Edison discovers Willa's secret, how far will he be willing to go to stop her? Now, I've been really enjoying this book so far. Highly recommend it. It's been picked up for a movie or TV deal. I can't remember which one. And I highly recommend it. I know the story concept might sound silly and some for kids, but very much enjoyable. I highly recommend it. And I'm just very excited to see what goes on as they conclude the second arc with Willa's secret being revealed to Edison and what's going on in this new arc. I haven't read this one either, so I'm very excited to see how they move into future story arcs with this book. It's definitely got a lot of possibilities, and I can't wait to see them expand on the world that they've created with this book so far. Last, we got Witchblade issue number 12. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Good intentions, conclusion. Alex and the Witchblade are inexorably linked, but what happens when that bond is broken? Now, I've been really enjoying this book. Haven't begun the second arc just because I haven't gotten able to pick up the first issue to the new arc, but very much enjoy this book. Highly recommend it. Very much enjoying it, and I think it's definitely one that I think people should keep an eye out because I really think it's something that's very good and exciting story-wise. But other than that, the cover is pretty cool. I really like it, and I just can't wait to see what they do with it moving into the third arc and how they set things up for future story arcs in this issue. So yeah, guys, those are my picks for Image Comics January 2019 Solicitations. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss any more comic content from me in the future. It has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.